As advertised, the Victorious Panthers are with us. They have a date with the Bradley Braves tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Time on CBS for the title and a trip to the NCAA. We have head coach Ben Jacobson with us, Wyatt Lohaus, Trey Burhow. The format's the same. We're going to ask Ben to have a statement on the game. Then we'll go to questions for all three Panthers on the dais. Ben, please.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Before I get to our game today, just want to thank Barry Hinson for everything that he's meant to our league and to the communities that he coached in, to the kids that he coached, the way he represented himself and the passion that he had for this league. I think we all know what that was about, and to see him do something that pretty selfless on his part, and there's not a better person from a coaching standpoint. You think about when I first got here with Mac 18 years ago. Barry was one of the guys, along with Dana Altman and Royce Waltman, and those were the guys. That was my introduction to Division I and to the Valley, and I just want to thank Barry for everything that he's meant as a friend and to this league. We're obviously, replacing him with some pretty good coaches. Dana at Missouri State and Walter at Evansville, and what Darren's done this year. So there's some, the league's in great hands. And Darren's just done it with the injuries that they've had and the way that he's continued to move that team forward and the way that they've played and to have another one happen right before you get here, to not have another one happen yesterday, be in position to win again without those guys. Darren and his staff and their players have just been tremendous all year long, and want to congratulate those guys. These two guys did it again. Wyatt was terrific, and well, I'll let you get to the questions for these guys, but to hang in there today when we were playing against a team that's been on a roll because of the way they're coached and the confidence they play with and the trust they have in each other, to be able to battle that off today. Really proud of our whole team, and really proud of these guys and the plays because we had to make a lot of plays today. There wasn't as much in terms of creating stuff with our actions. We had to make a lot of plays and give these guys a ton of credit for that.
First question is right here on the right. Thank you.
Oh, Wyatt, can you take us through that final play, driving the length of the court there?
Yeah, they scored pretty quickly, so I saw there was about 8 or 9 seconds, which gave me more than enough time to be able to dribble it down if I wanted to. And then from there, it was kind of just trying to pick up speed and get downhill. I think they kind of flexed out to our shooters, so it kind of just left a driving lane open and just tried to push it down as hard as I can. Lane cleared up for me for the layup.
How special of a game is this for you to lead your team back to the championship after all the adversity you went through to get back on the court, and and then the success you had so early in your career to be back in the finals?
Feels great. Everything we've battled through this year, and every experience I've had the 5 years that I've been here, to have a chance now to play to get back to the NCAA tournament, it's a phenomenal feeling, and just really proud of this team.
Wyatt, they made it tough on you guys in the first half. I mean, besides your shots going in, was there something else that you guys found in the second half that opened things up?
We kind of just liked sticking with our offense, with kind of what we've been running all year, getting guys moving, cutting, getting a lot of pace on things, and kind of just turning the corner, getting downhill and getting aggressive with it. So I think that stretch there, we had a number of different guys that were able to get in the lane, get good looks for us. So it was more just kind of sticking with our, the offense that we've been with here the last 3 or 4 weeks that we've been playing well.
Ben, first of all, thanks for the comments about Barry. But secondly, you've been here so many times, and yet last year Loyola had such a magical run. Did you pick up anything at all, even though you've been doing this forever, from how they kind of walked through things last year?
Yeah, you mentioned Barry. That reminds me, I think that the only downside is I think that now makes me the oldest coach in the league, I think, doesn't it? the level that they trusted each other, you know, you could feel that at the offensive end, the way they shared the ball, how connected they were defensively, their communication, their enthusiasm for each other. You could feel that with their team, and I can feel it with these guys. And you know, been very fortunate, and Wyatt's been on a couple of those teams where you can feel that. And it was a great for me to be able to you know, to experience that in terms of watching them, just how much they trusted each other and how much they were connected in everything that they did. You know, I don't know that we did anything different. I think that we, you know, what we're doing offensively is very different, and it is similar to. There's parts of it that are similar to what Loyola is doing. Our change wasn't specifically because of Loyola, but it helped me as our head coach, having played against it, having watched it work so well, and it promotes passing, it promotes moving, it promotes teamwork. So that me being able to see that and watch that has helped me as we've implemented our stuff. But I think more than anything, just a great reminder, you know, for me as a head coach, that how important those things are. If you can find a way to get your guys to trust each other and take ownership, lead each other, have enthusiasm for what they're doing. You know, Loyola played in the Final Four because of it. It wasn't because they were the best team in every game that they played. They were really good, but they weren't the best team every night. But they played in the Final Four because of those things.
Trey, for you, what's been special about this journey to the championship game with your first year at UNI, and what have you really enjoyed about this team and being a part of this ride?
I guess the team staying together. It's been fun. It's a really good connection that we've had. I mean, just trusting one another, and just everyone going together at it. So that's one big thing.
Ben, what was Drake doing that it seemed to make it difficult for so long in this game for you guys to get downhill? That's something you've talked about quite a bit with the success the offense had over the last 10 games of the season. And until the latter moments of the game, they kept you out of the middle.
Yeah, they've done a good job all year, and did a good job at, you know, in the two times that we played them, Cole, their understanding of what they want to get done. They were able to get in and plug some of those gaps or some of the places where we've been able to, in the last, as Wyatt said, the last 3 weeks, our offense has been really good. And they were able to take some of that away through their, you know, just the way they designed their defense in this game. And then, you know, they had, you know, due to the injuries, which, you know, I'm certain they would rather have had McGlynn healthy, of course, right, and had him play 35 minutes tonight. But because of the injuries, they were able to do things just a little bit different. You know, they defended a little bit different than they would have had McGlynn been in there, and they did a better job of that than we did with our offense and moving our guys around. And that's, you know, these guys have continued to do a terrific job. And, you know, and that's on me and my staff to keep finding ways. And we came out of a timeout and we got moving, and we were down, I think, 6, and we got into really just what we've been running. But the guys, we talked to them about pace and passing, and we went out and we scored. You know, and we were able to get the lead, and we got into really good position until you know, Luke caught Murphy with the elbow, and we had to go back a play, and, you know, we had gotten into a really good spot. Just getting back to that was our best stretch of offense, but there weren't many of them today.
Trey, you had a bit of a dry spell coming into this tournament, but then you've been electric here the last couple of days. Just talk about how your offense has awoken a little bit here in the last couple of days.
I guess we did have a dry spell. Wasn't shooting as well. And then coming in to playoff time, I mean, it's playoff time. You got to give it what you got, give your heart on everything. Me and Croft are actually in shooting the gym a lot more after the dry spell, getting the shot back together, just putting it there, make sure the form was right, and just get the confidence back up in the gym. So right when playoff hit, so I wasn't any short of confidence, so I knew the first shot I'm going to take is going to go in, so I was feeling good right away.
Then you've seen a lot of players make some big plays and have big games in this tournament. How would you assess what Wyatt was able to do, in particular that second half?
Yeah, and I would say, you know, both games so far. He's been as good as anybody that we've had in this tournament, in the 2 games so far, and I just, you know, I love it. You know, I love it. He's put a lot into this.
Yep. Corner.
Ben, obviously, you know, you're getting a little emotional there as you talk about Wyatt. What would you say just about the fact that, you know, he's playing potentially the last games of his career right now, and he's playing his best, and what makes that possible, and obviously what about that makes you emotional?
Yeah, you know, we'll get to those things when you know, when we're going to game plan and get ready for Bradley now, and he's just put a lot into this, Cole. I mean, he's put a ton into this, and I just love seeing when a guy gets rewarded for that. Okay, I mean that's when I think about the last 2 games. He's getting rewarded for hard work, and I love seeing that. And now we're gonna get ready for Bradley, huh?
Sir.
We're gonna get ready for Bradley.
I could ask one last one, Ben, about the flagrant elbow, but then you guys didn't shoot free throws on the Murphy foul. And what did they say to you? How did they explain that?
Yeah, so it had gotten down, and we had scored the basket. They had gotten called for the foul when we scored, so we were going to take the ball out again after that basket. On that stoppage of play, they went to the monitor to check what had happened on the rebound. And they saw in the replay that Luke had caught Murphy, and so they then have to go to that point and resume from there. So our basket still counts. Drake's player still gets the foul. They don't take the foul off. He still gets it, but they have to go back to the point where what they found on the monitor with flagrant 1 on Luke. So they shoot the 2 free throws for the flagrant 1, and they get the basketball because of the flagrant 1. They have to go back to that point. Yep.
Anything else for the Panthers of UNI? All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Okay,
We'll
nice
see
job.
you tomorrow.
Yep.